Hello, welcome everyone. Tonight on Business Live, Aviation Min to ascertain country's preparedness ahead of September 1 potential reopening of airports. We will tell you about an inspection exercise set to take place tomorrow. Committee on Foreigners in Retail Trade is taking its exercise to clamp down to Suame Magazine in the Ashanti region, but the affected traders are crying foul, accusing the Trade Ministry of deliberate attempts to kick them out. And tonight, the JoyBusiness One engages creator of Trotro App, which aims to address transport and logistics challenges. So we have that coming up in a bit. Stay tuned in. Right, so back on the local front now, and several shops owned by foreign retailers at the Suame Magazine artisanal hub in the Ashanti region have been shut down. This follows an inspection exercise carried out by the Committee on Foreigners in Retail Trade under the Trade Ministry after similar exercises in Accra. The committee says it had notified the foreign retailers 8 months ago to comply with the GIPC's investment pact. JoyNews' Prince Appiah has been speaking with a member of the committee, Nana Kwabena Pepra.
The thing we are doing is that we have our investment laws in this country, which is the GIPC law. And then it spells out how a foreigner can apply and then be doing trading in Ghana. And then it also gives us how an indigent also can do trading in Ghana. I think you've seen so many institutions doing trading in Ghana, like Melcoms, the Matmats, and then they are all doing retail trading, but they are all complying with our investment laws. So all what the committee is doing is that the committee is enforcing those laws, that if you are doing trading in Ghana, you should adhere to the investment laws of Ghana. That is all.
What specific laws are we looking at?
Oh, it's a GIPC Act 128. Oh, it's a very long. Listen, it spells out that if you are a foreigner and you want to do retail trading, all what you have to do is that you have to raise an amount of $1 million, or in goods also $1 million. Then you employ 20 people. Then you apply a certificate from GIPC. Then on that certificate, they will give you a location where you can apply your trading. That is all.
Okay, so now you identify the traders and understand whether they are complying with this particular law. Then you locked up the shop if they don't?
No, we have been here before. We have been here, the team has been here for almost 18 months. And then we did the assessment, check their documents and other things. So we have given them almost 18 months to regularize, to do the right thing. And then they have not done it. That is why the team is locking the shops.
So I was asking about the locking. So you locked up their shops?
We paste some notices directing you as to where to go to regularize your document. We are not saying they shouldn't do, but they should do the right thing, what the law says. If the law says do that, and do the trading, do that, and do the trading. So the notices that we place on the shops, it shows them where to go and then regularize those documents and then do their trading.
Chairman of the Nigeria Union of Traders Association in the Ashanti region, Kizito Obiora, claims they are unable to renew their permit, accusing the Trade Ministry of a deliberate attempt to kick them out.
Because when you're talking about registration, I can tell you that about 5 or 6 shops who even registered to the level of GIPC, pay all their duly dues, all the taxes involved on it. Their shop, we are still locked. Then the majority of those shops they locked have registered with Registrar General, registered with Internal Ghana Revenue Authority, have their resident permit, and pay all the necessary taxes, but still their shop were locked. Even though there is some of them maybe whom you can say that their resident permit have just expired. And I'm telling you, since this year, we are finding it very difficult to register, to renew our resident permit. Since last year, November till now, to to renew our resident permit is a very difficult thing. I don't know the reason. Mainly for Nigerians. Whenever you send your passport to immigration, they will say, oh, Nigerian passport. They will not do anything. The passport will be lying there. They will not tell you. After paying everything, they won't give it to you. I don't know whether it's deliberately. They're deliberately doing that just to harm us this time around. And that's the reason why majority of our people now will not able to renew their permit. But still, those who have renewed their permit, their shop were locked to show you that this issue of register or no register is not the problem. If at all, as I'm saying, if truly what happened yesterday is what government asked them to do, which means we are not saving Ghana. That is the truth of the matter.
So what next for you as an association and your members?
We don't have any other option because we can't force to be where we are not accepted. We are just pleading to our government. If this thing continues, instead of we being here and dying in silence, instead of that, let our government come for our aid. Possible to evacuate us, let us go back to Nigeria. Because it's very obvious that they don't want us in this country anymore.
Yesterday you mentioned the group that came.
Now, food processing and packaging firm Samba Foods is expressing worry over the inability to acquire raw materials from farms for production. The company, which was the first indigenous firm to list on the Ghana alternative market, serves mostly the fast food companies. But it says the increasing number of middlemen in the sale of farm produce is a major challenge. Chief Executive Officer Letitia Safo spoke with JoyBusiness after presenting the company's 2019 financial performance to investors at the Ghana Stock Exchange's Fact Behind the Figure series.
Samba Foods recorded an impressive performance last year with a growth of about 60%. This is as a result of the installation of a new machinery at the factory. According to the CEO, Letitia Safo, her outfit has depended on the market for capital since it listed on the Ghana alternative market. Speaking to JoyBusiness, she expressed worry about the impact of increase in price of raw materials on its operations.
Things were actually moving. The only thing that was hampering our production were the cost of the raw materials that had escalated last year. But that is with all agricultural products. Sometimes they are in season, other times too they are not in season, and it becomes very expensive. Yeah.
What's your relationship with the farmers in getting some of these raw materials?
As I also explained, at the moment, due to storage capacity, we are unable to go directly to the farmers. We have to depend on middlemen, because the volume that we are buying is not that much, because we can't store it. But once we are able to get enough storage capacity, we'll be going directly to the farmers, give them contract farming for us to produce all what we need for us.
She has also been speaking about the expansion of the company with the presence of a new factory.
It's an urgent need of expansion that is relocating to our own land or land in Tema, where we want to build a customized real food factory that will encompass the laboratories, the proper storage facilities, and of course to house everything. So we were thinking about the building and equipping a modern state of the art food processing facility. On our we have about 3.5 acre land in Tema. That's around the Accra-Aflao motorway runabout. All the feasibility study and drawings have been completed. The project is yet to be awarded once funds become available.
Samba Foods is also requesting support from government to help alleviate the impact of the coronavirus pandemic on its business.
Saying at the bourse, it has returned a negative 20.61% in dollar terms for investors since January this year. This ranks it 10th among 15 top stock exchanges on the African continent, but better than the Nigerian Stock Exchange. Charles Nixon-Yebo has more in this report.
The Ghana Stock Exchange Composite Index, which measures the total value of all stocks on the bears, has however recorded a negative 18.51% return in cedi terms so far this year. The negative performance has consequently affected the total market capitalization. Investors have therefore lost about 4 billion cedis as the market capitalization has fallen to about 52.7 billion cedis. So far, only 4 out of 38 listed companies on both the main and the SME market have appreciated in value. They are Aluex, Camelot, Das Pharma, and SIC. Interestingly, all the banking stocks have lost value in their shares, with the hardest hit being Car Bank. Nevertheless, trading activities have been quite impressive. Over 1 million worth of shares valued at more than 621 million cedis, however, exchanged hands yesterday when President Akufo-Addo paid a courtesy call on managers of the exchange. Head of research at Databank, Alex Boahin, is confident the market will bounce back soon despite the challenges.
The COVID pandemic is partly a factor. You are also talking about the election, which is just around the corner. So all these investors are very concerned about the COVID and also the election that are around the corner. So I think the sentiment will not likely change until December. But in my view, I think that if we are able to have successful election in December, peaceful election, which I believe we will, then we are likely to see some renewed confidence in the market at the tail end of this year or in early next year.
On the continent, the Malawian Stock Exchange is the number one in terms of performance, gaining a positive 2.59% return for investors. It is followed by the Tunisian Tunidex with a year-to-date return of negative 3.69%. The famous Johannesburg Stock Exchange is number 9, one step ahead of the Ghana Stock Exchange. On the other hand, the Namibian Stock Exchange and Mauritius Stock Exchange are the worst-performing stock markets on the African continent.
In a related development, the Minister of Finance, Ken Ofori-Atta, has hinted government is on course to get more companies listed on the local bourse. According to him, this will open up the country for bigger opportunities through investment. Mr. Ofori-Atta was speaking on the floor of the Ghana Stock Exchange when he joined President Akufo-Addo to pay a working visit.
There's a lot to do, but I think we've really set up the platform to be able to move forward, God willing, when the president is re-elected in December, where therefore the stability of the economy, what we have done in the international bond markets, it's now time to really unfurl ourselves to get companies listed, to be able to make sure the Regional Financial Services Center becomes real, that we demutualize so that there will be more capital to do what we want to do. And for you to know that, you know, between the SEC, Ministry of Finance, we've got your back and we're going to do everything we can for this to be the greatest market. And we are looking at a real economy, that's for sure. But you go to countries like Singapore and the financial services sector, you know, maybe about 60–70% of what they do as a country. So I know we can do that with precocious, excited, intelligent people like you. I'm really confident that you're going to take this country to a new level.
More local listings. The Ghana Stock Exchange is also appealing to President Akufo-Addo to consider reintroducing some tax incentives for indigenous investors that will be interested in raising equity on the capital market to expand their businesses. According to Managing Director of the Exchange, Eko Afeti, getting Ghanaian businesses on the market will boost its relevance.
But we do have challenges. One of the key ones is how do we get more companies on this market? How do we get Ghanaian entrepreneurs to utilize this market to raise money, to raise long-term funding? We will keep on doing education. We will keep on creating incentives internally for them. But we also need to get the government to look at various policies that can also help and attract some of these companies to also go out there and raise capital on this market. We've tried tax incentives before for a short while. Maybe we can look at it again to see how best that can attract some of the companies to utilize the market. Because this is very important in making the stock exchange become relevant in the development of this economy. If you don't get companies to raise capital where they can expand and then grow and employ more people, then the stock exchange has no relevance. And that is why it's important that we keep on hammering on the fact that we need to get Ghanaian entrepreneurs Ghanaian companies to raise long-term capital through this market.
Now, the digital market is no doubt one of the most profitable areas to invest in right now in the country. Various entrepreneurs continue to create services on mobile applications to make life easier. So how about an app that offers various transport and logistics services? The solution is a Trotro App. And today on the Joy Business Van, we meet the entrepreneur behind the service.
Hello, Joy Business Van. My name is Samuel Kankambwat, and welcome to Trotro World Service Limited. Trotro World Service is a young company in Ghana. What we are doing, we're seeking to be the go-to company when it comes to human mobility and logistic movement across continent.
Samuel Kankambwat had been living and working in the States for quite a while, offering tech solutions to various institutions. In 2017, he visited Ghana, his home country, and discovered a challenge with transport and logistics services, especially critical for a country whose population is on the rise and becoming more urbanized.
Somebody's going to have a need of a water truck. Somebody's going to need a septic truck. How are we going to solve this problem? So that is when Trotro App was birthed.
It took less than a year to get the Trotro App running. When it was launched in December 2019, it started as an on-demand transportation platform, providing safe, affordable, and efficient transport. In just a couple of months, Trotro World Service has expanded to provide logistics services.
We are offering over 15 transport services currently. Today, if a Ghanaian have a need of a tow truck, you don't have to call your uncles, nephews, cousins, and brothers and sisters, church members to say, hey, do you know somebody that owns a septic truck or a tow truck? You just simply have to get on the Trotro app and you can request for a septic truck, tow truck, mini truck, tricycle. If you need a dispatch rider to move a document or an item from point A to point B, same way, get on the Trotro app. If you need a tow truck to move your vehicle for you, same way on the Trotro app. If you need tipper truck, sand and stone to move stones or sand to your construction site, the same thing. So we want to be able to become the company or the go-to company for all things transport.
Samuel and his team are leveraging the digitalization drive in Ghana at the moment to provide their services.
So the feedback so far, it has been very warming and encouraging. We've had people from, I must say, almost all the regions in Ghana calling us, when are we coming over there to lunch as well? Because they also need, some of them also provide this type of transport services. And so they're calling us from Takoradi. Some of them even have they've actually gone out of their way to buy motor tricycles, waiting for us to come and lunch so they can start some dispatch.
One of the companies working closely with Trotro World Service Limited is Motor King, which assembles and supplies tricycles.
Doing?
Fine.
Great. Haven't seen in a while. How you been?
Welcome, Samuel.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
Okay, please take the seat.
Oh,
so
all right, thank you.
So how's the business?
It's going great. It's going fantastic. And how you been in MK, Motor King International? How you guys been?
It's also fantastic, and we're also making some.
The Trotro app has on board about 600 drivers and 3,000 riders. That's in just 2 months. So what's the biggest challenge for Samuel at the moment?
For most of the drivers, a lot of them out there, they are non-smartphone users. So when you asking somebody who's a non-smartphone user to download an app, you know, that's going to be a showstopper. So that means they need to get a smartphone before you can actually onboard them to the platform. We want Trotro App to be a culture, like a way a group of people live. When you wake up in the morning, if you have to eat, if you have to go to the pharmacy, if you need transport services to work, back from work to school, whatever, we want to be able to build Trotro App, like, you know, the life around the people of this country. So that is where we want to go with this.
On land, on the sea, or in the air, Trotro App wants to deliver happiness.
All right, so from ground transportation, we move up into the skies. And the Minister for Aviation, Joseph Kofi Adda, says his outfit will embark on an inspection of the airport on Thursday to ascertain the country's preparedness towards a potential reopening on the 1st of September. According to him, this will comprise the testing of the airport's equipment and a well-laid-out plan to ensure protocols are adhered to. He spoke with the media during his tour of the 3 major ongoing projects being carried out around the airport. Bismarck Ausa was part of the team and has come through with this report.
President Akufo-Addo hinted the country is likely to reopen its entry points for inbound traffic on September 1 as active cases of the new coronavirus decline. It is for this reason that the Minister for Aviation, Joseph Kofi Adda, justifies the need to inspect the facility ahead of the possible reopening.
We are working quite hard. The Ghana Airport Company is working with the service providers who are going to help us with the testing and the implementation of the protocols. The Ghana Health Service through the Port Health are also working with us. They are busy putting all the finishing touches together. We invite you tomorrow to come and join us to have a walkthrough of the preparations that we are undertaking to see if we can really start operating again 1st September. I think we've done quite a good job. We may not be quite there. We are going to test the system and make sure it's right before we open.
The minister inspected a total of 3 ongoing project sites. He made his first stop at the Air Navigation Center, an edifice which seeks to harness an integrated air traffic management system. The minister then moved to the new headquarters of the Ghana Civil Aviation Authority, an 8-story building with a basement which is currently only 30% complete. The engineer indicated that the target was to reach at least 40% progress, but for the effect of the COVID-19 pandemic. Mr. Adda made his final stop at the Northern Aprons, an opening which seeks to serve as a bigger aircraft parking space for about 10 to 13 aircrafts. Alex Aye is the project manager.
Total cost of the project is $57 million. US. Is
it M or B? I can't hear.
M.
Okay.
$1 million, yes.
But we prefer to change it to B.
The entire project.
The 3 projects?
No, this one. I think you're asking this particular because that's what I'm concerned with. Yes.
The aviation minister says these projects, which are currently under construction, seek to complement the president's quest to make Ghana an aviation hub. Bismarck Ausa, Joy Business.
All right, and that'll be all for Business Live for today. I'm Israel. Thank you very much for watching. You have a good evening.